How's it going, guys? So we're in the final season of this Vegas Golden Knights franchise mode series. I think 15 years is the longest I've ever gone with a franchise mode. Obviously, we've had really good success. More so in the regular season, we've probably won like 10 President's Trophies by this point. I really wish you could look back further than 5 years in the award screen, as it'd be really cool to look at all the awards we've accumulated. But we've done pretty good. Won Stanley Cup. I think we've made it to the Stanley Cup final 2 or 3 times. We've definitely made it another time and lost in the final. We've had a bunch of Western Conference final appearances. So we've had a pretty good run, obviously, just unfortunately can never quite finish it other than the one miracle year, I guess. We have 95 offense, 97 defense, 94 goaltending this year with an AHL team that has 83 offense, 82 defense, and 77 goaltending. So I think the ratings are on our side. If you guys missed the last episode, we did make one really big trade, acquiring a defenseman in Morgan Riley, who's 91 overall. Didn't have very high value, though, with the Leafs, so I'm really hoping he can help us out this year. We come pretty cheap. So first line here, we have LeBlanc, Biega, and Maltby. Second line's Nylander, Barzal, and Stasiak. If he doesn't get back up in overall, he was an 84-5 last year. He'll go back down to the third line. Shishkinov, Apostolopoulos, and Nylander there on the third line. Nylander would be Stasiak's replacement if he doesn't grow. Obviously, Nylander's a bit of a step down from Benson, 1 overall below, but every time we look at him at the end of the regular season, he's got like 70-plus points somehow. So I think playing with Barzal and his brother, he should be able to produce just as much, unless, of course, he stays on the third line. Fucali, Konopka, Leopold down the fourth. Pretty solid fourth line. Defense here, Pressburg and Olas, as far as I know, is still the best top pair in the NHL right now. We got Riley and CU on the second pair, and then Poirier and McKenzie on the third. Goalies here, we have Norgan as our starter, 90 overall. Dude's a beast, so glad we traded for him. It hurt, obviously, let go of Corby Sala, but had to be done. Then we have Lambert there backing him up. AHL team, only 180 now. I did get rid of a bunch of the 80 guys. Actually, a couple made the NHL team, and then like 3 or 4, I think, were 25, 26 years old. Pretty much done growing. Rather give these high 70s that are a lot younger some ice time, and I think they can end up, growing to be better players. Defense, though, is looking pretty good. 180 there, some high 70s. Goaltender's a bit worse this year, 76 and a 76, but both goalies from last year wanted one-way deals, and they wouldn't accept 2 ways, and of course, I don't want to do that, as I don't really want to pay them that extra money to play in the AHL. So, really like the 2 teams we have here. And looking at the owner goals now, we have 3 here. Primary goal, win the Stanley Cup. So that's not only the owner goal, that's also my goal. If we don't win the Stanley Cup this final season, I'd be pretty disappointed, as I think the last 3 or 4 years, we've been so close, had such good teams, just couldn't quite get it done. Secondary goal there, win the regular season opener. Obviously, that's 50-50. Gives us an extra 15K, which is kind of irrelevant. And then boost team chemistry by 5. That should be pretty easy once they start playing games and hopefully start winning. That should happen. So we'll start simming here, see how it goes. Last season, I think we started out 19-0, so I don't know if we'll do that again, but you never know. So we had an interesting first month here. We went 5-6, AHL team 4-1-1. We did have a big win against Florida there, 10-4. Same with preseason games against LA and San Jose, 8-0 and 9-6. But a negative record to start off the month. Haven't had that in a while. Obviously, we can rebound. It's very, very early. Hopefully that happens. Otherwise, it might be a rough year. So it's now the end of November. We have a 9-11-2 record AHL team there, 9-5-3. Fan happiness, 63. Locker room chemistry, 77. Not a good record. I definitely do not want to miss the playoffs in our final season. That would be terrible. Currently 6th place. I think we can turn it around. I'm not sure what's wrong. Like, our stats are good. Hopefully the team just starts winning. So we're now at the end of December. We have a 19-15-5 record. We actually had the best month of the season so far. AHL team 18-7-4. Fan happiness is 67, so I think it's around the same. Might have gone up a bit. Locker room chemistry went up a lot, 81. Obviously winning will do that. We'll take a look at where we are in the division standings. Hopefully we're back in a playoff spot. 43 points, tied for 3rd. So we're right there with LA. Hopefully, if we can keep winning, we can catch up to Anaheim and Calgary. Also, we're going to repair some of like the arena stuff, and hopefully that'll boost the fan happiness a bit. And we'll see what happens in January. So we're at the trade deadline in January. We have a record of 25-17-6. We've really kept it up winning. AHL team there, 25-8-5. They're crushing it. Fan happiness is also up, 72. Locker room chemistry is up a bit at 82. So we'll take a look here and see where we're in the standings, who our leading scorers are, as well as who made it to the All-Star game. So currently 4th place, 56 points. 1 behind LA, only 4 behind Anaheim, and they won the Cup last year. So obviously I'd like to be 1st place. That's usually where we are, but I will take it considering how rough of our first couple months were. Also, we have a couple games played there on Calgary and Anaheim, which is good. We'll see where we are in the entire league just to give us a better idea of how we're doing. So 14th place, that's not bad. In a playoff spot in terms of just like the best teams. Hopefully, if we can have a really strong second half, maybe we could still win the division, even the President's Trophy again. Leading scorer here, LeBlanc 43, Biega 42, Nylander 39, Barzal 37, Alex Nylander 36, 83 overall. I love it. He just produces somehow. Apostolopoulos 28, Maltby 28, Shishkinov 23, Olas and Pressburg there 19 and 18, Stasiak 17, still an 80, moving him down to the third line. He just never got his morale back, so I figured screw it. Might trade him, honestly. He does have some value. Only thing is, he's on an entry-level deal, so we'd have to find another guy on an entry-level deal as we're right up against the cap, but it might be worth looking into at the trade deadline. Maybe package him with like a couple prospects. I'm pretty much traded like all of our big picks. Looking at the rest of the guys here, not much production, but it's kind of what you expect from those guys. Morgan Riley, I actually expect a lot more from him. 5 points in 48 games, 91 overall offensive defenseman, playing on the second pair. I don't know how he's got 5 points. That seems wrong. And looking at our goalies now, Norgren here, 2.23 goals against. He's got .922 save percentage, 4 shutouts. Take a look at the AHL goalies next here. See what they're doing. .92 save percentage for the starter. They're both 77s. I have no idea what the starter is. .926 for the other one. Do either of them? Oh, 3 shutouts and 2 shutouts. What's their goals against? 2.1, 2.13. So Sikola is just the starter, but looks like they almost split games, which is kind of cool, as they are both 77. Gerby here, 32 points. I still don't know why this guy hasn't grown. Wilm there, 32. Spurgeon, 27. So only a couple guys with 30 points at this point, but at the halfway point in the season, that's not too bad. Blanchard and Eddie and Lindsay all have 23. Carton in there, 22. So not too bad. Also going to take a look here and see where the AHL team is in the standings. So first place in their division, 55 points. Probably first place in the league, honestly. They are too, on point percentage. That's awesome. Checking the message center now to see if any of our players made the All-Star game. Obviously, we're having a bit of a rougher year, but we should still have at least one guy. Just looking here, I see Laine's name. I seen Matthews' name earlier. LeBlanc made it. He's our first line left wing. Norgren made it. He's our starting goaltender. I bet you one of our defensemen had to have made it too. Maybe not though. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. So 2 guys in the All-Star game still in a kind of off year for us. Not too bad. All right, guys. We're at the trade deadline here in February. We have a record of 34, 22, and 7. So we're still doing pretty good. HL team 32, 10, and 6. Fan happiness is really low though. Might have to repair some things. Locker room chemistry though is pretty high at 82. We'll take a look at where we are in the division standing. 75 points, 3rd place, a few points there behind LA. We've actually passed Anaheim. So, like I was saying, we'll see what we can do at the trade deadline. We don't have a lot of cap space. We don't have a lot of picks, but if there's something we can do to make this team better, I'll do it. So I was going through the trading block, guys, and Florida has Aaron Ekblad on the block. 93 overall still, 35 years old, $9.8 million for 1 more year. Morgan Riley wasn't performing for us. I'm wondering if we could trade Riley for Ekblad. It'll actually help the imaginary future GM, as Ekblad's only got 1 year left, where Riley I think has 3. Ekblad's 2 overall higher, right-handed, so we can play on the top pair with Pressburg. Olas goes down to the second pair. This might be an awesome move for us. So right here, guys, I'm offering Riley straight up for Ekblad. I also have them retaining 50% of Ekblad's contract. Riley, though, looks to have slightly more value, so you never know. Maybe they say yes. If not, I don't really think they're going to. I'll obviously add a little bit. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. So we got Aaron Ekblad at 50%. Actually, I don't know if it's 50%. I think it's 50%. It might be like 45 or something. I forget. And we got rid of Morgan Riley's $10.5 million deal with 4 years left on it. That is insane. I gotta check this now. How much are we paying Ekblad, who's 93 overall, 35 years old? We're paying him $4.9 million. So yeah, I think it was 50%. 93 overall. That's crazy. I don't know why his trade value is so low. He still has elite potential. They just took on Riley's entire salary. So we now have a little bit of cap room to work with. We'll see if we can make another trade here, bring in a top 6 winger. Alright, guys, so right now I'm trying to make a trade with Vancouver for this Kane guy. He'd be a pretty solid option for us, either second line left wing or third line right wing. 84 overall, nice shooting stats, good skating stats there, 96 speed. He's also got 89 shot block, 91 stick check. Let's see what else. 47 points this year. Have them retaining 50% though, to hopefully allow us to make another trade just to try and stack up for this playoff push. Trading them a second round pick in next year's draft, as well as Vicentine. 2032 is the cap I put on for trading picks, if you guys were wondering. So like this year's draft's 2031. I tried to make it realistic. I kept like 4 mid-round picks. 2032. Not trading any picks past that, just to again make it a little bit more realistic. Also adding Vicentine to the draft, good amount of value, and we need to trade someone for the roster spots. So they want both players. They don't want Kane. Value's even. We'll see what they say. Trade rejected. They don't want to retain that salary. So I did this to try and make a second trade, but I don't actually have to have them retain 50%. Obviously, if I don't, they'll only be able to make this trade. But I think this guy in Ekblad hopefully is enough. $4,000 I think is cutting it a little close. So we'll do like, let's try like 30, give us like 500K, 35%. And we'll see if they say yes to that. Trade accepted. That's awesome. And right here, guys, we're trying to make one last trade. This one's for this Kasparaitis guy in Detroit. Would be a really solid third-line guy for us. 28 years old, 85 overall, 91 speed. He's got 99 stick check, decent poise to at 80, which is something we need for the playoffs. we're actually able to take back his $3.7 million salary, trading them Stasiak here. Like I said, his morale's down. Didn't have a part of either of the last two trades. Really want to trade him for somebody that can help us out in the playoffs. I'm also adding a couple top unsigned prospects. Garand there, low top 6. Lapalainen, I think his name is, low top 4D, as well as a third-round pick in next year's draft. So the value's on our side a lot. They want Stasiak. We'll see if they say yes, though. They are a contender, so they really don't want to trade away good players, but Stasiak's probably going to end up almost as good. 2 top prospects, a third-round pick. I think they'll say yes. Here we go. Trade accepted. So that's awesome. We're going to have an amazing playoff push now. I'll take a look at the lines and sim the rest of the season. So after those trades, guys, here's like the lineup. LeBlanc, Biega, Maltby still the first line. Nylander, Barzal, Alex Nylander still the second line. I decided why not keep Alex Nylander in the second line. Playing with his brother, he's done pretty well. Also balances the lines a bit. Sick third line there. We have Shishkinov, Apostolopoulos, and Kane, who we just traded for. And then fourth line, we have Fucali, Vanu, and Kasparaitis. So I'm not sure if the lines will stay like that. Obviously, players can get injured. Also, if I don't think they're doing well enough, I might mix it up. But we do have a lot of options to choose from. Defense here is so stacked. Pressburg, Ekblad, a new best top pair in the game. Olasar on the second pair with CU. That's obviously an upgrade from Riley. Then the bomb pair is the same with McKenzie, Poirier. Goalies haven't changed at all. We also have Leopold and Konopka scratches. So if anyone gets injured, we do have the depth. Really think this team can finally win us a Stanley Cup. Obviously, we've won one, but hopefully, finally win us a second one after a long drought here. As you can see, the team has 95 offense, 98 defense, and 94 goaltending. So we'll sim the rest of the season. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. All right, guys, so we're now at the end of the regular season. I think we've lost 2 games in regulation since the trade deadline. We've won back-to-back games against Pittsburgh. We had 1 loss there to Colorado. Shootout loss to Philly. The rest is wins. A loss to LA, and then another shootout loss there to Dallas. That is it. We've been on an absolute tear. 49-24-9 final record. AHL team 40-17-6. Fan happiness looks good there at 76. We'll see where we finished off here in the entire standings. I have a pretty good feeling. 107 points. 1 point shy there of Calgary for the division, but still a very solid record. I can't believe we lost 2 games since the deadline and still didn't win the division. That just shows you how good our division is. So we'll take a look at where we finished in the entire league. Pretty scared about Calgary there, how good a season they had. Calgary and Dallas are actually both tied for 108, and they actually both have 1 and 2 games respectively left. That's crazy. Detroit had 104, Montreal 103, Boston 100. So some crazy good teams here. I think it's going to be a tough battle for the Stanley Cup, but I like our team and our chances. Final stats here for the regular season. LeBlanc, 88 points. He had an awesome year. Biega had 82, so he's also over a point per game. Nylander had 61. This Kane guy had 54. I think he's on the third line right now. I might have to move him up. We'll see, though. I guess Nylander had 53, so they're both deserving of that second line. Barzal 54. Maltby had 49. He actually could probably be on the third line, honestly. He got outscored by a couple guys. Apostolopoulos 48. Ekblad 46. That top pair is so sick. Shishkinov there 45 on the third line. That's really good. Pressburg and Olas 37 and 35. Kasparaitis there, 34. Fucali, 26. I mean, this team is stacked. You never know in the playoffs, obviously. They don't go our way, but I like this team. Norgren, 2.32 goals against, .918 save percentage, 5 shutouts. Take a quick look at the AHL team as well. So for their goalie stats, 9.18 save percentage, 6 shutouts with 2.15 goals against. That's pretty good. Take a look and see if there's any good players that would have been coming up if we kept going. 51 points. Wilm looks pretty good. Gerby 47. Eddie 44. Spurgeon 41 isn't too bad. We're going to take a look at the regular season standings as well for the AHL team. 86 points. They already have the division sealed, which is awesome. Currently second place. And I just remembered too, I didn't actually look at the league lead for points. See who else had really good years. So we'll do that really quick. No way. So LeBlanc actually finished first in scoring with 88 points. This is the first time we've ever had an Art Ross Trophy winner. I'm assuming Smith doesn't get 3 points in his next game, or Biega. Oh, never mind. Biega had 79 games played. I thought he maybe had 3 left. That's our guy. He was injured for a few games there. This guy's got 2 games left to get 6. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we should be good, which is awesome. First ever Art Ross Trophy winner for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. All right, guys, so we passed the owner goal of boosting the team chemistry by 5 to 64. Extra 20K for next year, even though, of course, the franchise mode ends this year. And in the first round of the playoffs, we're going up against the Anaheim Ducks. This is going to be probably the toughest round of the series. They beat us out last round in the second round before going on to win the Cup. I think we're playing them because we finished second, so they probably finished third. This is crazy. We're going up against them. But like I've said many times before, I actually want to take a look at their team first. So we'll take a look at their team, see how it's changed. 75 goaltending, that might help us out. Our team, though, look how much better it is. 10 better defense. 19 better goaltending. I don't know if that counts though. I have a feeling maybe they're just starting the backup for some reason, or maybe their starter's injured, in which case, hopefully we can take advantage of that. Sounds terrible, but we need to get by them. So, of course, they still have that Sasaki guy, absolute beast. He's actually 95 now. I think he was a 96 last year. Their forwards are pretty good. They got a couple 86s on the third line. Forwards are about as good as ours. Defense, though, ours is so much better. Like, so much better. Goalies, 74 and 70 are their two goalies. Okay, if we can't score on these guys, like, there's no way we lose. If we lose, I am calling EA. This is just ridiculous. Like, you can't start a 74 overall goalie in the playoffs with a team with that much worse of a defense. Like, they have no one defending those goalies. They're bad goalies. We should be able to just destroy them. Even though they're going to score on us a good amount, we should be able to win like 7-3 every game. First game here, let's see what happens. Nothing in the first. Nylander opens up the scoring there in the second. And then we get William Nylander, Alex Nylander, and LeBlanc in the third to make it 4-0. So that's what I wanted to see. Us just going off on Anaheim and getting retribution for the last year second round series where they beat us. And then, of course, like I said, went on to win the Cup. Hopefully that can happen this year. We'll beat them, go on to win the Stanley Cup. Second game here, we'll see what happens. That was a really solid first game from us. It can be pretty confusing with both Nylanders, but that's okay. 3-1. Maltby, Siu, Fucali score. Pressburg gets one, and Colin gets one for them. Not enough, though. So 4-2 after the second game. 2-0 series lead. That's amazing. Poirier there lost morale. I have no idea why. I'm pretty sure he's on the third pair. Whatever, though. We're winning. That's all I'm concerned about right now. Let's keep going here. If we can get a win in Anaheim, that would be huge. Going up 3-0 against arguably the best team. Barzal scores. DeMeo scores for them. Wow, they had a big third period there. 3 goals, so that's okay. We still have the 2-1 series lead. If we can get one of these games in Anaheim, go back to Vegas up 3-1 with a chance to seal it, that would be amazing. AHL teams all starting their playoffs. Not sure who they'll versing. Manto Moose, actually, so hopefully they can get by the first round this year. Last year they got swept. NHL game, though. Fourth game, first period. 1-1, Jones and Biega score. Wow, 3-1, Sasaki and Jones scores for them. And nothing in the third period, so it's tied up 2-2. This is going to be close. I don't know how it's this close, though, with a 74 overall goalie. Like, that seems so unrealistic. Fucali's injured. I think he's on our fourth line, so I'll just replace him. I feel like if we started a 74 overall goalie, we would not win a single game. So how the computer team does makes no sense. Especially, like, they don't have a good defense. They have low 80s in front of them. Really good forwards, but that shouldn't make up for it. Fifth game here, Postolopoulos scores. They get 2 there, Sasaki and Bentley. There we go, Shishkinov and Kane, huge comeback, 2 goals in the third period, winning that one 3-2. So we're now up in the series 3-2. 2 games left here, just have to win one of these games. Hopefully we can pull it out. The AHL team's actually up 2-0 in their series. I'll just do best lines there for the AHL. So here we go, Game 6 in Anaheim. Maybe we can end it tonight, that would be pretty awesome. First period, 2 goals, LeBlanc and McKenzie. Second period, Nesterov scores for them. Third period, Kasparaitis and LeBlanc. So there we go, big 4-1 win in Game 6. Got past Anaheim. Moving on to round 2. Chances are we're probably playing Calgary, the division winner. Assuming they didn't get upset in the first round of their series, or maybe they did. We're going up against Colorado. Or actually, we might. Yeah, no, I think we would play Calgary. We'll have to take a look at the playoff tree after, but Calgary in round 2, they won their first series 4-1. Let's see what we can do here against Colorado. I think I just said Calgary, by the way. That's my bad. Postolopoulos and Legacy score. No goals in the second or the third. Overtime. Hool scores for them, so that sucks. I just realized, too, I forgot to look at their lines, so we'll do that in Game 2. Kind of sucks we lost that first game in OT, but, I mean, it was a close game. I feel like their team wasn't that good, though. I remember when I was going through the trades, looking for, like, teams to trade with, they had decent center depth. I know they still have Larkin. Let's see, we have 6 better offense, 7 better defense, the same goaltending. I'm really interested to see this. Like I was saying, I know they still have Larkin, they still have McKinnon, but he's like an 85 now. I don't really think they have that great of defense. Let's take a look here. So their first line, like ours, is so much better. Their second line is worse than our third line. McKinnon's down 83, not 85. They have a couple 70s there on the fourth line. Defense, okay, they have Osmark here, who's a beast. Robertson's pretty good too. After that, though, they have 2 70s on the third pair. Goalies, they have a good goalie. Ours is better, though. Our backup's better. Our team's better overall. It's just so dumb. Like, you'd think 15 years, having the better team every single time. Let's say it's even just like a 55% chance of winning every game. You'd think like eventually that would allow us to win, but it's been a struggle so far. We'll see if we can get it done, though. Already down 1 to Colorado. Can we get back in the series? They score first from Knights. Ekblad gets one, Began gets one, so we're down one going to the third, and Larkin scores there and makes it 3-1. I don't get this game. So 2-0 now for them. I know we can get it back. It's going to be tough, but I know we can do it. I don't care about the scouting right now. Tucson will go best lines there. So Game 3 in Colorado, maybe we can win both of our away games like they did to us. Pretty low-scoring games, honestly, so far. First period, LeBlanc scores. Second period, LeBlanc again, Kane, and Landeskog scores for them. I didn't even notice Landeskog on their team. Maybe he was injured. And Began scores for them, not enough, though. 3-2 wins. We're back in this. We went down 3-0. Pretty much all over at that point. Postolopoulos is injured. That really hurts. We're just going to replace player for now. Or actually, I'm going to have to go edit the lines because I want to make sure they're right. So heading to Game 4 now. I forgot we actually had another winger injured, so we have a couple injuries to deal with. Hopefully they don't last too long. First period of Game 4, Larkin scores. Second period there, Houle scores. Third period, Barzal gets one, but Nakis scores for them. So it's 3-1 now. I'm just getting... Like, I'm not even that... I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of like par for the course, I guess. We've had the best team pretty much every single year, and for whatever reason, we just can't win in the playoffs. It's just so ridiculous. So, Game 5 this is. We have to win or we're out. First period, Barzal scores. Let's go. Second period, Biega. Third period, Pressburg and LeBlanc. Big Game 5 there. 4-0 win in Vegas. Let's keep it going here. So we have to win the next 2 games. Hopefully we can keep rolling from that 4-0 win. We got a shutout. We got 4 goals. I think that's the most of the series so far. Haven't won in Colorado yet, so we just have to win one time in Colorado, return home to Vegas, win that game, move on to the conference final. Here we go, Game 6. Wyman scores for them. McKinnon scores for them. So this is it. We have to score 2 goals in this period, or we are done for. Let's see what happens here. I don't know. There we go, Konopka, 2-1. Lots of time left in the third. We can definitely get one more here. Push this thing to OT. Come on, we need some clutch players. William Nylander's been on the team for a while. Biega's a beast, Art Ross Trophy winner. 5 minutes to go. Come on. I don't want to go out like this. 1 minute. So, 2-1 loss there to Colorado. That's tough. That's tough to swallow. I don't get it. Our team is so much better. Our team's been so much better every year. That's rough. So the playoffs have ended, guys. The Stanley Cup champions are the Colorado Avalanche. Again, the team we lost to in the second round. Calder Cup champions there, Lehigh Valley Phantoms. So that's tough. Franchise mode's now complete. Our AHL team, obviously, if you didn't realize, got knocked out there in the second round. So we'll take one final look here at the stats, see who the award winners were. Like I was saying, I'm still pretty mad. Like, we won the Stanley Cup one time in 15 years, and I'd say since around season 5, maybe season 6 though. Like the last 10 straight years, we've had the best team in the NHL. We've won the President's Trophy like 6 or I want to say 7 of those 10 times. Won the Stanley Cup one time. Constantly in the playoffs. Constantly have better ratings than the other teams, and it's just ridiculous at this point. So we'll take a look at the playoff tree. See who Colorado beat after us. 4-3 win against Dallas and a 4-3 win against New Jersey. New Jersey there beat Philly 4-1, Rangers 4-1, Detroit 4-3 in a best of 7, and the final was actually a best of 7 that Colorado won. AHL playoff tree there, just a quick little look. So that's that. Also going to take a look at the awards here, like I was saying. Good thing is we did get our first ever Ross Trophy winner. Right there you can just see all the President's Trophies we won. That didn't mean anything. I don't know. That's just tough. Player awards here, like I was saying, LeBlanc with the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris went to Smith. Lady Bing went to Smith. Peterson with the Calder. Conn Smythe to Lewis. Falk there with the Vezina. Hemingway with the William M. Jennings. Laminin with the Bill Masterson. Eichel with the Selke. LeBlanc also got the Ted Lindsay. And Lyles there with the Maurice Richard. AHL awards here. We already know who won the Calder. I think we won the division there for the AHL. It's the only team award we had. Probably no player awards. I don't think we had any big standouts in the AHL this year. We didn't. So that is that, guys, for the Vegas Franchise Mode Series. Finally all over. Look at those stats. Couldn't win a Stanley Cup. I was going to show you guys the roster one last time, but I can't. So that is that, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. It was a lot of fun. It sucks for whatever reason. Our Vegas team was just a beast in the regular season, but always choked in the playoffs. You guys have suggestions. I know people talked about poise, so maybe our next franchise mode, we will value poise very, very highly. and see if that helps us out. But anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching the videos. I really appreciate all the support on this series. The first video did amazing. Just can't thank you guys enough. If you guys did enjoy this final episode, please leave a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the next franchise mode. Should be coming shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.